I have the missionary in the studio. We want to learn, we want to have experiences, we want to understand how do we break grounds when you are sent to new frontiers. How do you even get in there to connect to the people more to establish a base, and then you begin to, introduce the systematic way of assimilating the doctrines of Jesus Christ into the people's life. This morning, our evangelist, our missionary is here. Pastor Andrews Amankwa is the minister in charge of the St. Lucia Church of Pentecost. Pastor, praise God and good to see you again.
Hallelujah, brother.
I think we met last time at the heads meeting.
Correct.
As always, good to see you.
Good to see you.
And we bless God for your life.
Amen. You also.
Yeah, I was told yesterday you were at the choral group, right?
Yes.
The program.
Yes.
Was powerful.
Great.
And the last Saturday too, you were in Koforidia.
Yes, I was
so
in
you put
Koforidia.
everything
Oh,
together.
my goodness.
And then from the Monday up, you were at PCC.
Yes.
Good to have you around.
Likewise,
Bless God
brother.
for your life anyway.
Amen.
So Ghana, we have 19 days to our elections. And we are hoping. US is done.
Yeah.
We're looking up to them. They are gone now. Trump is coming. And so, but the system is quite cool. It's just that when it comes to our part of the world, we think that elections are a little bit challenging. But Ghana, I mean, our credential in Africa is undisputed. People knows that we've been able to do those transferring from one point to another over the years. And so we are still hoping that the same peace will prevail. As a minister of God, you also belong to this country.
Sure.
Any word of encouragement to Ghanaians as we approach? I'm not sure you'll be in town.
No,
during
I
our
wouldn't.
group. I know you'll be moving anywhere from now. So any word of encouragement to begin with? Yeah.
What we want to say is to say a good morning to you once again, and then first to also bless God for the life of the church and Ghana as well. We want to take a moment to also appreciate our fathers, our chairman, our general secretary, and then the IMD, as well as the International Executive Council members, and all our fathers across the globe. We want to encourage Ghana and assure them that God's presence is here, and that they should go out there in that confidence that this God, who has been the sustainer of this nation over the years, would once again prove himself faithful. It's not a time to debate or to fight. You just go cast your vote, and then you come home and pray and see what God will do at the end of the day.
Right, right. God bless you for this very important message. Now, let's get into, so you are in St. Lucia. Where is St. Lucia?
St. Lucia is in the Caribbean.
Is it Lucia or Lucia?
Lucia.
Yeah. Can we see it on the television? Okay. Yes. So that's the point. Way above Venezuela.
Yes.
So when you are going there, where do you pass?
Fortunately for me, I was transferred from Canada.
Okay.
So we have a direct flight to St. Lucia. So you're looking at the North Americans, which is Canada, USA, and then you get into the Caribbean and Central, and then the Latin Americans will come. So we are in the middle belt of that territory.
So what's the connection from Canada to that point? Flight, how many hours?
You're looking about approximately 6 hours.
6 in the air.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So it's surrounded by Venezuela. We have somewhere Puerto Rico.
Yeah, you have Barbados, you have St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Okay.
You have
Haiti.
Yeah, around
Haiti,
that
Jamaica.
area. Jamaica. So we are on the east wing.
Okay.
And then Jamaica is on the west side.
On the west side.
Yes.
Yeah.
On the
Yeah.
west
St.
side.
Lucia. Okay. And now let's get into that very country. So what's the population size? Tell us the dynamics in the country. St. Lucia.
St. Lucia is about 180,000 in population. It's predominantly...
Under 1 million?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. It's a beautiful place. Not too big, but it's a beautiful place to live.
Right.
The demographics are predominantly blacks, and you have the original Indians called the Caribs, and you have the some whites around, but predominantly it's black population. Yeah.
So which year were you sent to St. Lucia?
By the grace of God, we were sent there last year. In fact, our welcome service was on the 17th of September, 2023.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So you just had your year anniversary?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Interesting. Now, tell us how, by the grace of God, the possessing agenda is hitting up in the St. Lucia.
Once again, we want to bless God for the life of our leaders. I believe that God has brought them in a time that he's leading them to lead the church to accomplish what he wants to accomplish in our season. So we go to St. Lucia. Conventionally, what we know in the church is that, you know, you would have gotten some people contact, brought them together, started a church, and then you need a minister to come and pastor and work together with them. But in the spirit of the Possessing the Nations agenda, everything is possible. So what is currently happening is that you can be taken to places where there is no actual church, and you go there and you begin, and you can start something.
Okay.
And that is our case. And I want to thank God. I think I'm privileged to be one of those who just go there and get started.
Okay, so you just went, you were sent to the place to begin the church?
To begin.
Tell me the experience. The first day of touching base.
I mean, coming from Canada, I have lived seeing different people around me. So when I go to St. Lucia and I realize, am I back to Africa or I'm still living where I'm living? So predominantly it's black. And as I said, there wasn't any church necessarily started. So we got there after our welcome service. We needed to put some things together to get a place ready for service. And so we realized that you couldn't necessarily just start doing the work of ministry because the people doesn't know you, you don't know them, and when they don't know you, it's very difficult for them to get closer to you. And then also there is this, what we found as a spiritual covering over this place, and to be able to break into them, we came to the realization that it's more of a spiritual engagement than a physical one.
Really?
Yes.
Well, I'll get back to you for you to explain more. But you were telling me a story about how you got to St. Lucia, and you thought that the atmosphere was highly tensed because you were thinking that there's some spiritual powers controlling. What were you thinking?
So an incident that happened. We were trying to set up our church's banner outside, and I had asked some brothers to help me. So from nowhere, this I'll call him old age Rastafarian, dreadlocks almost to the ground, showed up from my behind and began, if I have your permission, I would want to sound the way he sounded to me, so that is what brought about the alertness to what is happening. So he came from my behind and just started yelling at me. What you come here to do? You are the Antichrist. You don't know Christ. You've come here to thief people money. You are thief. And you could see from his eyes as though he was possessed. So whilst that is in public too, you cannot do anything. Whilst he's ongoing, ranting and all of that, I felt and sensed in my spirit, this is a spiritual battle than a physical thing. Because we had started trying to engage with people and they were not very responsive to it. So we took the matter into a place of prayer. And we said that if God is the one that has sent us here, we know that he's already gone ahead of us here. So he must take on this work for us and open up the space for us to be able to get access to them. So after about 2-3 months of intensive prayer and fasting with myself and my wife, the Lord just gave us a breakthrough. And then people started coming around to you. And when they come to, we were talking about how we are possessing it. Let me just leave. So prayer became our first tool of possessing.
Because there was no church there.
There was no church.
You have to start afresh.
You have to start. So the spirit of fear hovers over the whole atmosphere. When you go out there, some unfortunate incidences that has happened either in the past or even now puts you in a place of fear. You don't want to go into anything. In fact, my wife is very athletic. So when we got there, looking at all that was happening, said, hey, let's keep ourselves a little bit and gel to the tune. By the time you wake up in the morning, he's already gone out running. I said, Mommy, I beg you, this is a new terrain. We don't know anybody. If anything happens to you, I'm in problem. So please just stay. The next morning she's gone. So as she went out once or twice, it gave me the confidence, and she came back intact. I said, then it is possible. We too can go. So after that prayer, the Lord just opened up. Miraculously, he used the sign that we put up in front of the church. Whilst in the place of prayer, he said that you call this place Transformation Worship Center. In direct response to what you have come to see, so that when the people come intentionally, your focus is that you want to transform them. So I put up the Church of Pentecost St. Lucia Inc. Transformation Worship Center. And through that, I received a call one afternoon. It said that a lady on the other side of the call said that, I have passed through where your church is and have seen your sign. I want to come and talk to you. She comes in later to realize that she's a medical doctor on the island. Says that for some time, I've been looking for a place to go to church. But wherever I've tried, I don't get what I'm looking for. But just that I saw your sign, that Transformation Worship Center, communicated a lot to me. I wanted to come and look at you and look for you to discuss what you're about, what you're doing. And that one breakthrough has brought us where we are in the church. Because the people relate to themselves. If they don't know you, they don't really easily open up to you.
Okay.
So now, what God has done and continues to do is that bring the people, empower them through the word, equip them, and unleash them. As they go about, they go with the word of witness and testimony that we have found a new place. Come, let's go and show you. So when they come intentionally, you are opening their spirit man up through prayer and by the word. So we are intentional in about the messages that we preach. Because generally it is more of a religious, community. So people know of Christ, Rastafarianism and all, they know very well. So it's not that you are going to build another church per se, but it's about what you are doing different that attracts people to come. And when they come, through your worship, through your prayer, through your care for them, they realize that this is a good place. I was there through our social media platform. Somebody called and said that, message actually, and said that, I want to come to your church. I've seen it on social media. I want to come to your church. So she comes in with her 2 children, says that after that meeting, says, I believe this is where I want to stay.
So you are holding them or caring for them with the word of God, the prayer. What else?
We are doing medical outreach. Okay. So the doctor comes in and realizes that the hospital serving
prayer production. Okay. So you had your what? First Saturday of every month.
Every month.
It's a medical outreach.
Medical outreach, and it is. We have been intentional about it such that we have made it our major evangelistic tool. Because when you go out there and preach, they've heard of it, they know of who Jesus is, who the church is. So intentionally, we were addressing a need. The community that we are in, they've got their hospital banned for the past 15 years. So medical care is a huge challenge where we are. And they are using their sporting facility. That is where for the past 15 years. So we said that, okay, Doc is here. And thankfully, by the grace of God, another doctor also came on board. So I have 2 doctors in my church now. So we use them, and few other people use them to say, let us try to solve a need in the community by once a month, bringing them around, providing them with basic free medical care. Just help them. And I say this by the grace of God. One of the doctors is an optometrist. Okay. So before we came for the meeting, we had ordered 500 glasses that we're going to give it free of charge to the community.
Production, can we look at it? Yes. So go ahead.
And when the doctor brought the glasses, he's customized it. The Church of Pentecost, St Lucia. So when you come and they diagnose you and realize that maybe you need it, then we are not just giving you the glasses, but you have something that is emboldened on it saying that this is from the Church of Pentecost. And that's a very unique way to get the message across.
And by just those free medical outreach, how are people responding?
They are coming in their numbers. They are coming in their numbers. If you could project the first image, people came to church. We were praying. And you cannot take the place of prayer once again. So we open up the church and we are praying every Friday evening. People that are just passing by will just say, we heard a voice and we felt compelled to come inside. To just come. So people responded to that. People came, the first image where people came to church bare-chested, barefooted, with dreadlocks. Those are called the gatekeepers of the community. And by the grace of God, because of our, yes. So those are my brothers.
The first day?
This is not the first day. This is after about 3 months of intensive prayer and fast. Before the doctor and the team came.
Showed up.
These brothers came. And I said, God, what have I done wrong? I have spent this time in prayer. These are the kind of people that you brought.
Hey.
So later,
But they are souls. No?
they are souls though. So later on, the Lord spoke to me and said, because you did not despise them, now I have brought to you those that can also partner with you and help the work. So they are responding.
So a soul like this gentleman Rastafari who
Yes.
came bare-chested.
Yes.
I mean, after your engagement with him, what do you do? You have to go and part
You
some.
have to clothe him. You have to feed him. And by the grace of God, with all of us working together, we have been able to help them. The good news that I've just received yesterday, we have a social worker who has also connected. Because we're trying to break into schools outreach. Okay. And she's a teacher, she's a social worker. So we connected with her, tried to get us access. And from our engagement with her, she said that, Pastor, I want to be here. So now, she used to go around and pick groceries from the shops. So in addition to what we are doing in terms of feeding them, now we are able to go into these grocery shops, pick up food, and come and feed or distribute it among the vulnerable and the poor among us.
Wow. So on the agenda front, gospel, prayer,
Yes.
medical outreach.
outreach.
Now let's move to the next point.
Bible studies. The majority of the people live in the countrysides. So,
Okay.
and transportation is a big issue.
Right.
Yes, it's very big. So it's difficult to get them to come to church, especially for midweek services like Bible studies. And all. So we use the virtual space. Zoom, everybody connects. And they don't only just
Okay,
connect.
is that what describe what we are seeing now?
So this is actually beyond the frontiers of St. Lucia.
Okay.
In the spirit of possessing the nation's agenda, I've come to realize that it is boundless. The church is beyond the walls.
Okay.
So you can have.
So which
impact.
people are these?
These are my brothers and sisters on the Big River Reserve in Canada. By the grace of God, before we were transferred, we had contacted the indigenous people. And we living for St. Lucia, every week these brothers call me. They call and pray. And they have requested that we cannot sit there and be waiting for you. Let us do weekly Bible studies.
So what are you doing now? Bible studies with them?
Bible studies.
Virtual Bible studies?
From St. Lucia.
Oh, I see.
Bible studies from St. Lucia by the grace of God.
So you communicate with them, open to Luke chapter 5
yes,
and 6.
and they open
and they respond?
Somebody will read. Somebody will read. So they converge at the church service. That is.
So you see, we have no excuse, right?
No.
As far as possessing the nation agenda is concerned,
By the
you
grace-
have no excuse.
by the grace of God.
We can move around and traverse from one point to another.
Yes.
So, I mean, how long, how intentional have you been doing this?
In terms of with
The Bible studies?
The Bible studies.
Those outside the
You see, all this while, like I said, the spirit of the vision makes us to be very intentional about what we want to do. Because at the end of the day, you have to do assessment and see what has been the impact. And over the years, people have been in churches. We are all, going to church and just go and worship. So intentionally, the materials that have been provided in line with the vision document, that is what I pick up and point out. This is where you're supposed to be. This is the nature of God. He's called us to be a new people, and the old is gone. So just picking the materials and using them. You see there now, now I understand. Now
But do they have the material or you be using it, but with the Bible the instructions they follow?
I've shared with them the soft copies.
Okay.
So they follow along, and at the same time, we will go through these discussions virtually. So they projected us, they went to their meeting place through Zoom, and they projected us in St. Lucia. I'm also working with them also by the grace of God.
Hallelujah. And I've seen, production, can you also show us the glasses that they are about to distribute to the people there? And yeah, okay. So this is what, Church of Pentecost,
Yes.
St. Lucia, and you are giving it out free.
For free.
So in terms of funding, how are you getting to, get this?
That is where it's a little bit challenging. You need not just, not just even the medical outreach. Their whole life comes in body, soul, spirit to your care.
Oh, really?
Yes. It's a little bit of a third world country, so people are somehow poor. So they depend on you. I mean, look at, for instance, the brother who came bare-chested, barefooted. So they depend on you and all of that. And that's what we are trusting God and also commending the church community over the years through missions offering and monthly missions offering and JB Missions Week, as they've been supporting the church's missionary endeavors. We want to commend them and bless them, and also encourage them to even do more in the spirit of what God is doing in our time. So that is where a little bit of challenge is in terms of funding for them. But Chair said something about 2 weeks ago, and he emphasized when we went to the meeting that our journey with the marginalized in society can never be seen as a gesture, but rather it must be seen as a journey with them into their greatness. You can be discouraged anytime because they are calling you for everything, and you don't have what it is. The little that you are going to spend with yourself and your family, you need to share or give it away to them. But sometimes that discouragement comes in. It is natural. I shouldn't hide away from that. But what Chair said just quickened a fire in me and said that until I see
these people you are seeing as poor now, as we journey along, God will make them great.
Journey along.
And they become beneficial
yes.
to the church
yes.
and to their society.
Yes. So you must not leave them along the way.
No.
You must go with them. You must go. Whatever it takes, you must go.
So, I mean, let's get into. So how are you building the ministries? For instance, the leadership to handle, let's say, PEMEM,
yes.
Yes. Women's ministry, children's ministry. I mean, how is the arrangement there?
From a typical setup as we are. I mean, normally you go to stations and you have...
Yeah, because I've seen this one. I mean, let me understand how you were able to pick up this leadership.
So they came around. This was men's ministry. And the Sunday, we bought these things and we sold it for them. I realized that in the spirit of equipping the church to possess, the pastor cannot do everything by myself.
You can't do everything.
So, and in the missions front, you make mistake to say that I want to have the perfection of all of them. So it's a process. You bring them on board, you train them, you encourage them, and then they pick few things based on their strength.
Allow them
and
to
allow
work.
them. Because what we have been able to accomplish by the grace of God is not by my strength. I must tell you that they are the ones that went and spread the news that we have found the place. So come. So they themselves will go and bring them. If they are bringing, why not empower them so they can also be effective in the ministry to their community and their people? I've been here for Heads meeting and church is running.
It's running.
Yeah.
Excellent. And then the women's ministry, how are you able to also get that one on board? Let's see your interaction witnessing somebody on the street. I mean, can we see the video as you wrap up here?
Yes.
I mean, here, what was it about?
So the brother is a Rastafarian, and these are core Rastafarian. As part of the medical outreach, we went out there to the street, and I just grabbed him, telling me about the consciousness of our being and everything. So I listened to him, and I said, then, wait.
Well, why? Do you still have the COVID there?
At the time, there was some flu going around.
Okay.
So I needed to protect myself as against others as well. So that's why I put it on. So I engaged him until now he has become a friend. I'm waiting for the day that he will come into the church.
He hasn't come though.
Yes.
But he's
my friend. He's my friend. So I have, by the grace of God, see, if you go into this with the mindset that I'm just
come to my church.
No.
They won't.
They won't. It's relational.
You befriend them.
Relationship.
Break their eyes.
Yes.
And then you can.
So on the street of Vfort now, I've become popular. Wherever I'm going, and they sight me. Why I say, brethren, everything Irish, everything Irish, man. They will call me and run up to me and hug you. It's been this time that I've been away. Oh, by the time I go there, it will be a party. The last time I returned, they said, "We've missed you. We want to go and buy you fish." These people go and buy you fish so that you can also eat with your family. You've been taking care of us. I cried that day.
Oh.
I cried that day.
Well, now let's listen to how the children ministry are also coming up. So who's taking care of the children ministry?
So we have done appointed and did orientation, training, and we continue to build their capacity. We do monthly retreats with the leadership and ministry leaders.
So let's see your members.
Yes. So this is when
whose year was this?
Our father, Apostle Ransford, came in.
Yes.
So we had apostolization, and we wanted for him to ordain some of the members for us and commit to them mission. So he came. That's when he ordained the women's ministry and some. So we have 4 deacons, 4 officers, 2 deacons and 2 deaconesses that are helping the work. So
no elder yet.
No elder yet, because that I have to take my time to train and build that capacity. It's very important.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's your entire membership, or now?
No, we are more than that.
Okay.
We are more than that by the grace of God. We are more than that.
So Apostle came in, and how excited were they seeing Apostle?
That was a big one. I told him, my big man is coming. So everybody was excited, getting ready to come and meet our big man. And we want to bless God for the life of national head, Apostle Ransford. He came on that afternoon after the service. He said, forget about what you guys have been doing on the weekly basis. Let's take them out, every one of them, and provide some meal in the afternoon for them.
Wow.
He took them out, all of us, and gave us lunch that afternoon.
Special
treat. Special treat for everybody.
All right.
Everybody.
Our time is up. Anyway, this is Possessing the Nation's Agenda in St. Lucia with our own missionary, Pastor Andrew Amankwa. Yes. God bless you so much. What is it? So, I mean, as always, Missions Field comes with different stories. By the grace of God, God is seeing us through, irrespective of the stories that comes in. Yeah. God is still showing that He is still God. What sort of word of encouragement do you have for our missionaries, the church here, and people who are watching us?
I want to once again thank God for the Church of Pentecost and the leadership that God has blessed us with. My words of encouragement is that the church will continue to remember us. We are on the field and on the ground doing the battling. So we need their prayers and we need their encouragement. And then to my brothers on the mission field, I have one brother by me. He always calls me, brother, how's things going? So we must not be discouraged in spirit of the challenges that happens in the front of missions as we go about it.
You want to say a special thank you to some people in Ghana as they watch, or across, actually.
I want to say once again.
And your constituents, don't forget, somebody might be watching from St. Lucia.
That's true. I want to bless God for the life of, once again, our fathers. But let me make special mention of my wife. She's been a blessing to me in ministry and especially in missions front, very much. So wherever she is, the Lord bless her. I want to thank God for the life of our RMC, Apostle Makia Jumai. That was a very great opportunity for him to come on board as well, to work with him, of course, Apostle Ransford. And then I want to bless God for the life of our fathers. Papa or Grandpa, we call him Achirim, and his wife, Mama Benis, and the entire family. I've known them for close to 20 years by next year, so we've become family. We want to thank them so much. And all our fathers, my uncle, Prophet Phoebe Apiedu, and then Apostle Francis of Orebua, as well as Apostle Apia Edu. Whenever I go to Kumasi, he will not allow me to go anywhere. Come home, him and Mama Julie. Thank you very much.
And then Elder Felix, right?
Yes. So I added him to the Achirim family. Yeah. Felix is a brother.
Great.
And all of them to Sister Charles, Philip, Robert, and all of them. God richly bless.
And their wives.
Their wives. When I knew that they were singles. So now, their wives.
All right, Pastor, God bless you so much. Our missionary for coming. So when are you leaving?
God willing.
That'll be off camera.
Yes.
We'll see you very, very soon.
Thank you very much, brother.
St. Lucia. So that's about it. Let's keep on praying for our missionaries, okay? I mean, just pick a place and be focused. Pray towards that angle, that God should send breakthrough to such places that, like we are seeing in St. Lucia, and we know good God will do more. I'm JB Danquah. I spoke with my Pastor Andrew Amankwa. God bless you so much. We'll see you tomorrow. That will be 18 to our post. Remember, keep Ghana safe. Bye-bye.